people?
Why would you
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, correct.
Why would you drop it?
No, it's alright. We're good.
You get all the annoying
Those 4 are the ones we want, right?
No, and Marybeth. Wait, are you the main candidate? Can Marybeth, Megan?
Where did we get 5 from?
Seriously, can we replace you with Marybeth? Marybeth is being blocked by the record button.
Abigail, maybe you can scoot over.
Okay, you go over there.
Abigail, scoot over.
Can the real Slim Shady please come back? Who's the real Bryan?
Tyler, can you please leave? Nobody cares.
One of the moderators sorry, we're supposed to be unbiased.
You can pick me a sandwich. I like having it, but no.
I think Kate.
How long are you baking to be? 30 minutes, 40 minutes? I don't know how long I want.
You guys are ready to go whenever you need.
Wait, hold up,
Hayden, can we prove we disagree
I'll
with them?
Sure.
Yeah. Alright, so we're in the shot?
Those are the you want, right?
Too bad I can't hear you.
That's what we want, right?
You guys need to get back there.
You need to talk loud.
Alright,
Alright, you can start live streaming.
start live streaming, guys.
If I can.
And please do not look at your phone while the other candidates are talking.
Takes that Snapchat. But what if we're taking notes? Like,
I'll give you like a 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Anthony, pass me
We have 1 mic.
Be careful of the light.
I know our mind.
Wait, is the camera in the shot?
No, they're not.
This one?
No.
Really? They're not?
They're not. Here.
That's another question for you. I see a table. Where is that table going?
That's Kate.
Yeah, you guys are ready to go.
Alright. Wait, guys.
No, they're ready.
Like now.
You guys are good to go.
Welcome to Forsyth Central Debate 2016 for the President of STEM Chat. Alright, can we have the candidates introduce themselves?
Okay, I am Marley Bowen, and I am running by myself for president of the STEM.
My name is Bryan Walker,
I'm Megan Fitzgerald.
and we're running as co-presidents for the president of STEM Track.
My name is Abigail Hernandez. My vice president is Maddison Richardson, and we are running for the presidency of the STEM group chat.
I'm Marybeth Yonk, and I'm running for president, and my vice president is Jordan Owens.
Hello.
Alright, let's get right into it.
What would you restrict using GORT, and what would you let the STEM community change within the chat settings? Marley Bowen, please go first.
Well, I think that GORT could be implemented to benefit the entire group. That we want to make sure that this group chat is used for beneficial reasons, that it will actually help everybody that we can.
Do you have any rebuttals towards these claims?
There's without a doubt that in the past, removing people, adding people that aren't should be in it, changing the profile photo, and spamming has occurred in STEM chat. By using GORT, we're going to be restricting each of these things so it doesn't happen again, and everybody is able to, have as much as the power without having too much power.
Okay, next question. What makes you the better choice for a candidate morally and your views? This question goes to Bryan Walker.
What makes me and Megan the better candidates is that personally the two of us have worked together for a long time, and we understand that we're basically like the sun and the moon on this. We're two different people. We understand both sides of the spectrum. We understand what it's like to be an athletic person or a smart person, and we know that everybody has some kind of different voice and different opinions, and we plan to make sure people's opinions do matter in some chat.
Okay, let's have that question for every one of the candidates. Marley?
Right. I think I'm qualified for this position because I have shown leadership skills in the past. I think I have the ability to lead a group and have power over them, but it's not about me, it's about the people. And I think I have the ability to raise up the people and give them the voice that they deserve.
Abigail?
all of these candidates here show great leadership qualities in between, but I personally think that that as a leader, I will most likely put most of the power into the hands of the people that use the STEM chat.
Marybeth?
Jordan and I are very qualified to be STEM president and vice president because we understand the different varieties of people in the STEM program. So we understand what they want and what they would need from many different spectrums.
What are your views on STEM immigration? Marybeth, we'll start off with you.
Okay, so STEM immigration shouldn't be allowed for people that, so STEM students adding other people into the group chat or the group meet should not be allowed because they have no relation to the STEM program and don't need to be in the group chat because it should be used for educational needs and STEM-related things, not
Other candidates, you have a rebuttal towards this claim.
Bryan and I believe that if you are a STEM immigrant, you have to have 3 things to be involved in the group chat. You have to plan on applying or have applied for STEM in the past. You have to be in honors biology, therefore you can help us with any homework that we might be confused on. And you have to have 2/3 of the vote for everybody that is currently in the STEM chat.
Other candidates?
I have a different idea towards STEM immigrants. I believe that they could be beneficial to the community as a whole, and I think that, yes, it would be nice if they were in honors bio, but as a whole, as long as they follow the rules, as long as they participate, fairly and nicely and behave as they should, it would be nice to have an extra person or people to add to the community.
I personally agree with Marley here, except the only people I would not add to this group chat we already have made would be upperclassmen. That's why we can make a new chat for the people that actually use the group chat to add sophomores, juniors, and seniors, so on and so forth.
Okay, thank you. Now, for the people next year that drop out or are kicked out of STEMs, what would you do with them in the STEM chat? Marley?
I believe that if you are no longer a part of STEM, that they should be removed from the STEM chat. Although with my STEM immigrant policy, I believe that if they can earn their right to come back into the group chat, if they can benefit to the group as a whole, they should be allowed to come back in. But if they do drop out of STEM or are forced to leave STEM, they don't necessarily deserve that right off.
Abby?
Well, these students went through the same rigor that we went through a year, and then it might have not been as suitable to us, so I think maybe Marley is going on to a point somehow of maybe if they dropped out personally because they decided to slack off and not work hard enough to get those good grades, they should be, personally, in my opinion, be kicked out of the STEM chat. But if they did try hard, but they couldn't make it to the meetup with the same rigor, I think they should be allowed to stay in the STEM chat.
Our next question is, how would you deal with STEM drama? Bryan, you go first.
STEM drama has occurred often throughout every time, every day, every week, every month. The STEM chat has occurred. How we plan to deal with this is that we're going to prevent, using the GORT system, prevent kicking, banning, and anything that's going to happen pretty constantly when people remove each other. We're also going to handle it by making people talk to each other on a reasonable level rather than attack each other. And whether or not the group chat decides whether or not it's gone too far and they need to leave the chat temporarily, or if they need to just, be quiet, be muted if there's any chance of that happening, and they just talk it out eventually.
Marybeth?
Okay, so Jordan and I have a very interesting stance on STEM drama. Okay, so arguments occur often, and instead of spamming the group with, comebacks and roasts and stuff, we will remove the people that have caused the destruction to a different group chat, and they can sort their problems out there with the cabinet, and then they can decide if somebody needs a punishment or whatever in that group chat instead of the normal STEM group chat.
Okay. On that note, can we hear from all the candidates, what would be your process for the removal, temporary and permanent, of people from STEM chat?
I will be implementing GORT. That way it is a easy system to use that, we can have people in control of, but that it will also, it's an easy way. And also with GORT, you can offer warnings to people, and that way it's just this one system that we all respect and that we all acknowledge. That way everybody knows about the rules and what to do. Yeah.
So we are not implementing GORT straight away. We're going to let the people decide what they think the punishment should be for that person, whether it's a timed time out from the STEM chat, like a timed removal. And we're going to make sure that we're unbiased and make a fair decision as to how long that timed removal should be, if any.
Abigail?
So I kind of want to use the strike system, and if any of you guys watch baseball, this is kind of self-explanatory. So strikes are misdemeanors, like things like spamming, kicking and adding people out, and insulting other people during arguments. So spamming, in my point of view, is posting more than 10 posts in under 10 seconds with less than 5 words in each post. And that will be considered spam. The spammer will be given a strike. If you kick or add people, STEM immigrants that have not been pre-approved by others in the STEM chat, they will also be given a strike. And then political and religious arguments, these arguments are acceptable in my government, but if insults start being thrown between the actual people instead of the topics they are talking about, they will be given a strike. Once the person has reached 3 strikes, they will be kicked out for a timely removal.
I have a question for Abby. Could I ask? Okay. So are you going to count the amount of seconds between each spam message, or who's going to be counting the timing, and who's going to be deciding what is and what is not spam?
I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. If you look at how the STEM chat works, it would show a time, and if another minute does not appear, and it's just continuous notifications, because I can tell by the number of times my phone buzzes.
So are you going to be the person? Or are you going to have other people, or are you just the one person that says, all right, you're spamming, you're kicked out? Is that what you're going to do?
No, this is going to be an agreement by the group chat.
Okay, so in my opinion, GORT puts a little too much power in the hands of the person controlling it. So I feel like the cabinet should be in control of kicking people out and stuff. But in certain circumstances, like if somebody's spamming or disturbing the group chat, 2/3 of the people could vote them out if they feel the need to do so. And also, cheating is a really important thing. If somebody sends the answers in the group chat to a test or quiz or whatever, they will be permanently expelled from the group chat, because we could all get academic dishonesties on our transcript, and that is not good.
Not good at all.
Okay.
We're moving on to personal questions now.
Bryan, you have been described as salty and unnecessary. Please, Tyler, would you like to be removed from the room?
Yes.
Please. You have been described as salty and unnecessarily aggressive, such as continually arguing with others in chats, as well as calling out people. What do you have to say to this? Are they right, or are you the one in the right?
Personally, I do believe that I have an aggressive mood to my own beliefs and stuff, but it's usually just a passion for the equality and justice of everybody inside. Everything I've argued in the past has been to help somebody else or to prevent somebody from hurting somebody else on a personal level and making them upset in some kind of way.
Moving on. Marybeth, you have been accused of false promises intended for sensationalism. You have said before that you would be giving out burritos to your students. However, your vice president, Jordan Ellis, later stated, no, eat food and win. Who said we were giving the other people the burritos? When further questioned about this, she simply replied with a shrug. Can we be sure that you will fulfill your promises if you are going back on your famous burrito election promise?
Can I also step in on this as well? No, I feel accused of a,
Okay, so I believe that this promise you speak of was a joke.
Okay,
If you need the definition, we will gladly.
Okay.
Or just wanna promise us a joke as well.
No, okay, listen up here. Okay, so first of all, oh my gosh.
If you would like to argue the quote, we have the quote here.
Argue the quote.
All right, so can you continue or all
Okay,
Brian
no,
has
okay.
something to say?
No, Brian does not actually.
Jordan, be quiet. Okay, so I believe I restated my promise later and said I would print out pictures of burritos. So yes, I will print out pictures of burritos
For all your support.
for all my supporters.
Okay. Other picture?
Yes.
Okay.
Brian, what do you have to say?
If I do have anything to say about that, I was wondering if you were making jokes during this entire election, well, how do we know you're serious about any of your policies?
Oh my gosh, I was just attacked. Well, I'm here.
Can I step in her defense?
Yes, please.
We honestly thought all of this would be a joke in the beginning of this.
Megan
So
and I
if
did
your
not.
policies, if you believe that this was a joke in the beginning of this, how do we know that your policies aren't a joke? So I
But you
mean,
just said you believe that this was a joke as well.
in the beginning of the election.
Okay, but.
So how do you know that
I
she is
Are you
not
committed?
believing this is
Are
a
you
joke
all,
now?
next question, are you all committed to this job?
Yes.
I mean, I'm here.
Yes.
So
110% committed.
That's not.
Actually, that's
On
not
that note
really
of
possible.
commitment,
Hyperbole.
Marley, you recently said on a chat with fellow candidates that, quote, actual school takes precedence over this in regards to the due date for the release of your presidential policies. Can we trust that you will be dedicated to holding a piece of STEM chat if you cannot even write up your policies on time?
First of all, I am up here in this debate, and I know that there are other former candidates that turned it in 2 days later before school started. So I'm not going to name names, but I did get it in time. I did not have to ask for an extension, and I did turn it in. Second of all, yes, I am a person. I do have grades. I do have my future to worry about. So I will be worrying about that. I mean, I'm sorry, but my school and my grades do take precedence over this. Also, I'm not going to be working 24/7 for this. My job is just to be a leader. I'm going to be, helping people to do what they need to do. But I'm not going to have all the power. I'm not going to be, a leader that's going to be working all the time telling everybody what they need to do. The power is going to be to the members of the STEM chat.
Brian, what do you have to say to that?
On the topic of priorities, we would like to say that Megan and I are involved in multiple things. Myself being involved in track and field, mock trial, and having all personal stuff I can do at my own home. But I still plan to make the STEM group chat and the STEM and people within one of the most important things to go on in my life. Because I'm not just thinking about myself anymore, I'm thinking about people as a whole.
Okay, on the note of not holding all the power, who would you appoint in your cabinet and why? This question is for all the candidates. Let's start with Marybeth.
Okay, so I would appoint the people that are top in our class. People that obviously have good time management, make good grades, and can have other priorities other than their.
If I may, how will you decide who is the top of the grades? Will you go around asking everybody for their average in your classes?
I have a
The
100.
GPA?
Never mind. Are y'all going?
Okay, we will not decide based off of averages. We'll decide off of who's the most responsible and who gets their work done the fastest and is the most accurate with their answers.
How would you decide who's the most accurate with their answers?
That again would have to go back to asking for their grades.
Yeah,
That could be.
and that's
decided-
violating their privacy.
Yes.
So
All right,
I mean,
I
your
agree
time
with
is
that.
up.
Okay,
Please show to Abigail.
I got all of these people here in the debate. They managed to get this far. So personally, I think these people that are here with me today should be appointed to my cabinet because if they're wise enough to and responsible enough to manage to be able to get into this debate, and they were supported by voters in our STEM chat, I think they deserve to be in my cabinet.
Megan and Brian.
In agreement with Abby, we would like to say that some of the candidates here will probably be a part of our cabinet if we are elected, but we'd also like to say that people who are active and involved in the chat pretty often, as well as helpful to others, will also be a part of the cabinet.
All right, and I have a similar policy. I believe that, we did vote. We did have pre-votes for the people who are here. So the people the members do like these people and they do respect these people, believe that, we can do good things. So my cabinet will be made of partially people within this debate that have made it this far, but I will also choose people that, like they said, that have been active, that I know personally I have a personal relationship with, not because I'm biased, but because I know that they are a good student, that they can do good for the chat.
Marybeth, we would like to ask you about your policies about STEM. Quote, if someone sends memes more than once, they will be temporarily suspended from the chat for 1 day. End quote. Okay. How will you deal with this?
Hold
Can we please quiet down, please?
Hold on.
Oh,
By memes, I didn't really specify, but I mean memes from 2002.
So dank memes.
That's a matter of
In
opinion.
my opinion, they are undanked, but whatever floats your boat.
So you're going to be an opinionated president, is what you're saying?
No, we are not going to be an
give it up.
Okay, can I say something? This debate seems totally biased from the start because you two are questioning us.
That's what they
This
do.
question
That's
is
part
for
of a
every
debate.
single
It's a debate.
I
We're going to be asking about all your policies individually.
Yes.
So if you have a complaint about it being biased,
You can leave.
tell it after.
I was gonna say that aren't all of us very opinionated up here? That's why
But should your opinions affect how you rule?
I think, speaking for many people in the group chat, 2002 memes can be very disruptive and annoying.
Okay. Okay, can we
Brian?
stop?
Brian?
We let you have a free voice in the STEM chat. Please let this person have a free voice here. Okay, thank you.
On the topics of memes, if you must, people have, every day, at least once or twice, send a meme into the group chat, such as Connor Cohen and even ourselves even. But if they get out of hand and if they're just offensive or rude or bashing on somebody else, then that won't be allowed in our chat. Only stuff that is tasteful and funny will be allowed in the
What do you
chat.
mean by the term taste?
Not racist or offensive.
Yeah, that's one thing that I definitely will not tolerate as president. I will not allow possibly offensive to anybody. It does not matter if you think it's not offensive. If somebody says they are offended, you will face the consequences for that. If it's not funny, if it has choice language that we should not be using in a group chat, then that will face consequences as well.
Oh dear.
Technical difficulties.
We are having technical difficulties, my dude.
Technical difficulties.
Oh me, oh my.
All I have to say is ka-chow.
Moving on to the next question.
Wait, can I add to that?
Yes.
I would also like to add that 99% of the STEM group me is muted by people, and we believe that this is because of spam memes. So that's an issue.
All right.
My goal is to decrease the mute rate because it's supposed to be beneficial, and if somebody has the chat muted, then clearly it's not beneficial to them. And so I want to make it a beneficial, good place for people to be a part of.
What are your feelings about the other candidates' policies? Do you have any complaints or anything you would like to integrate into your own?
First of all, with Abby's policies about spamming, I still think hers is very opinionated that, she or the cabinet, they will decide what is and what is not spam. I mean, I'm just kind of confused about her policies, and I believe that, with implementing GORT, there is a way that it can be very easy to say whether you are or are not in the wrong or in the right.
Thank you.
Brian?
Everything without STEM is going to be opinionated. It's only about a matter of the opinions of the people, rather than the cabinet or the president itself. All of our policies were made on our own opinions, what we believe is right, but we're also going to base it off of what everybody wants to say. If somebody finds a meme distasteful or rude or offensive or something like that, then I'm going to let them decide instead of something, if it's like blatantly and very straight up front racist or sexist or something in any term like that, they will be removed immediately. But if it's something that people have controversy against, we're going to have the STEM people decide.
Abigail, I have a question for you. You have also been accused of spamming yourself, such as when you made the statement about tacos one time.
Yes, tacos.
So would you say that you would, if you found yourself guilty of breaking one of your rules, would you punish yourself?
It's a democracy. It's supposed to work that way. If I do find myself breaking the law again, I have to kick myself out.
We can't elect a president that says, if I break the law. Do you really want somebody that says, if I break the law?
Do you
Look
want
what
someone
happened
that
to
says
Hillary.
when
She
I
didn't
break
win, right? Because she was breaking the law. I mean,
Okay, sorry. Please don't drag in politics right now because I will
not
just.
politics.
Can everybody please?
This is politics.
Okay.
That's relevant.
I'm just. Donald Trump evaded taxes for like more than. But that's not relevant.
It wasn't necessarily taxes.
Okay.
No.
Besides the fact of the real political views that are getting out of hand right now, I should say.
I just stated a fact. I'm sorry.
No.
Everybody at least once or twice has done something against, but we're going to change that now. Since we have the GORT implementation system, it's more of a, warning system for everybody else to realize that they shouldn't do this or this will happen. Previously, we had no consequences for any of the stuff that happened. Now that we have a consequence for people who are spamming or doing anything like that, or breaking any of the rules, I'm pretty sure the crime rate, if you might, will be lowered definitely.
Okay.
Could
Beth, you have something to
I
say?
add something to like this whole debate?
Sure.
Okay. Often I've been noticing people ask questions in the STEM group chat that go unanswered. This has happened to me a couple times, happened to other people. So I would like to enact class leaders, which is somebody from each class that shows that they're responsible enough and knows what's going on. So when a question is asked in the STEM group chat, they could be responsible for answering it, and also they could send out quiz reminders or homework reminders that some of us might have forgotten if the teacher wasn't clear or it was written on the board and nobody saw it.
On that note about class leaders, would these be cabinet members or would you hold elections for these?
These could be put in place by the cabinet members.
So would this be overstepping your boundaries as a president? Electing more members?
Personally, I think we just.
I do not feel like it is. Just like the United States government, there's many layers to the structure in a governmental function, so I do not feel like I'd be overstepping.
Bryan, what's your statement?
Personally, over the past few weeks since the start of this election, I've been trying my best to inform people of tests, quizzes, and homework assignments that are due, as well as helping them as much as I can. But going ahead in the future, electing class leaders will be difficult because not everybody will know what if they forget about the homework? Everybody is human. They'll be able to forget about homework assignments, tests, or anything like that that are not on top of everything like that. So we need to make sure that everybody works together. So it's not just going to be like more leaders. More leaders isn't going to how it works. It's going to be about the people of the group.
Yeah, I agree with Bryan that it's hard for one person to be a leader, but I think that it would be good for the entire group that we release a weekly calendar every Monday. And basically, it could be a Google Doc, which is really easy for anybody to add to. And it's a calendar for the week. Every single day, all the classes, if you have information to add, if something is due, you add to it. Even if you find out Thursday night there's something due tomorrow, you put that on there so that everybody has access and everybody knows what's going on.
Who would make that calendar?
I could make the calendar and then just leave it open, add it to the group chat, and anybody that has something to add could just add to it as they need to.
Okay. Bryan, you said that in the past few weeks you've been trying to help, and in the past few weeks you said it was because you were in the election. How do we know that after you are elected, if you are elected, that you will continue helping as you have been?
Because
this isn't just a PR stunt.
Personally, during the whole assignment, I realized that as I was doing this for the election, as you said, people actually do need help. From when I was in that morning printing out rubrics in the library for lab reports, I realized that so many people were frantically rushing to get something done and they needed help. So as I'm elected, I will make sure that these people who need help will have help for me to do. Have the help they needed, I should say.
Okay.
So one of the biggest problems in any STEM group meet is the division between engineering and biotech students and the material that they're studying in one group meet. So how do you as a president plan to deal with this division in the STEM group meets?
Well, first of all, we are freshmen. We haven't said which pathway necessarily exactly which one we're going down, but I don't think that should be an issue because, we are a part of STEM. This is a STEM group meet, not a biotech versus engineering group meet.
Bryan and I wish to unite the two pathways. We can all benefit from being united. And biotech or engineering, we are all equal, deserve equal respect in the group meet, and we can all benefit from this.
Can I just add something that doesn't have to do with the
Okay, Marybeth, your vice president has also mentioned that, quote, she might have more important things like eating burritos, and she'll try to squeeze it into her schedule. Can we expect that you and your staff will handle the affairs of the STEM chat wholeheartedly?
Okay, so I feel like when she said that, at that point, we didn't really know how much this was going to escalate. So she was joking.
Again with a joke?
Oh.
Are you not taking this serious, candidates?
Calm down.
Okay, so I feel like
Okay,
she
no,
didn't.
sorry. Okay, eating burritos. Okay, eating burritos is eating, and you have to eat to survive.
Personally, I believe
Ms.
multitasking
Alice,
is a
can you
great thing.
please take this seriously, please?
I think we all would appreciate that.
Miss Alice, I have a question for you.
Oh no. Okay.
Are you eating so many burritos that you can't even write an agenda?
Can we please?
So we wrote an agenda. Yeah, we wrote an agenda, and we were one of the first ones to turn it in.
So you can manage to eat burritos and turn it in.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Like
All right. That's fair.
Bryan, please state your statement.
Alright, as I've said before in the STEM chat itself, multitasking is a tool that everybody in STEM should have so they can accomplish multiple things at once. What's going to happen with me and Megan as co-presidents is that we're going to be able to move forward with the policies and stuff while being able to have the burritos that we want. So, metaphorically eating burritos, I should say.
Marley, what's your statement?
Of eating burritos?
You had your hand raised.
Yeah, I just think that they're still taking this as a joke. I think that they're not very committed to this, and I just want to say that this is something serious, that this would extremely benefit everybody in the STEM community, and that if we can take this serious, if we can elect a true leader, somebody that really will help the STEM community, then we can make it much better.
Abigail?
Marley, if you haven't noticed in the past couple of weeks how seriously Bryan, Megan, myself, Marybeth have worked to get to this position, do you think we would have gotten voted into this position if we didn't work hard enough?
I'm not saying that you haven't worked
But
hard. I've worked
did-
equally as hard.
Did you just say that we're still taking this as a joke?
I said Marybeth and Jordan are.
But you
I never
didn't
mentioned
Where's
you,
your vice
Abby.
president?
Okay, I will just say that right now. I didn't feel as if my vice president were going to benefit the STEM community enough, so I decided to go with somebody else that I have not yet chosen yet. But I had
not fully prepared for this.
I had
today
the
by not
best
having a vice
interest
president.
of the STEM community. That's why I decided to run by myself.
Please just calm down.
Would you like to state your statement?
I was going to say that for Marley, instead of attacking Marley, in the fact that she doesn't have a vice president anymore, she chose the best decision for the community as a group, and that she found that her partner was not helping her as much and that she wouldn't have any help without. Which is why Megan and I are running as co-presidents, because I know I can trust her and she knows she can trust me.
Well, this debate draws to a close.
I have a
President
look
Larson,
around.
would you like to have your closing statements
Oh.
now?
Personally, I think we shouldn't be a democracy, but instead of a parliamentary democracy, that way we can all elect representatives from the STEM chat who are equally active. That way we have equal power as a parliament, and there we can choose the most responsible leader, even within the parliament. So, I mean, you kind of gotta think.
All right,
If
in
these
rebuttal to
These people have constantly.
All right, can we please finish
all
up?
right, yeah.
These-
Your closing statements, please.
All right, first of all, in rebuttal to Abby's plan, I don't think we should keep electing more people. I don't think the solution is to elect class leaders, it's to keep electing more and more people. I think what we need is a leader and a vice president and a cabinet of members that they are committed, they are willing to work hard, that they want everybody to have equal chance, they want everybody to have the best opportunities they can.
But have
What
you
are
not
your
said
last
in
words for this debate?
Those were mine.
All right, Bryan and Megan.
We want to vocalize the opinions of the STEM Academy and the students. We don't want to take all of the power. We don't want to be dictators. What we want to do is we want to be student advocates so that we can make positive changes inside of the community, inside the STEM chat, inside of the STEM Academy.
Abigail. Your last words.
Truly, only 13 people use the STEM chat to actually talk within it, so I think we should just make a group chat just for notifications. And
So you're saying all this time what you've been arguing,
Marybeth?
never mind, you're just
Marybeth,
throwing it out the window?
Please stop.
Marybeth, your last words.
To conclude my statements, I believe that layers to the STEM government would be the best way to do it, just like the national government is composed.
Audience, you can have your applause now.
Personally, I just think we should go with the parliament. Because you guys have been constantly saying